This Bow Tuning Tips is brought to you by G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt. Hey everybody, today we're going to be installing the G5 Expert 2 rest. You start out by leveling your string. Bring it back. Hopefully it don't take me too long. Alright, I got that bubble right between the lines. Alright, now we got the bow set and level. Take the rest out of the package. It's got some various screws with it. What we're looking for right now is the button screw to put on the rest. It's the biggest bolt that's in the package. First thing you want to do is you want to snug it down. I don't even get it just tight enough, but just barely tight enough to hold. Okay, it's just barely tight enough to hold like that. Okay. Alright, now I check to make sure my string's still level. Then what I do is I got my little pocket torpedo level here. I like to put it on top of the rest, right on top of the bracket. Oh yeah, and see, I'm up real high. The reason I like to do that is I like to get the rest level on the bow. So what I need to do is I need to bring the back of the rest down till it gets in the bubbles right there. Okay, once you get that level, go ahead and snug it down. Make sure that it doesn't move. You don't want to over tighten these things. It's aluminum. It's easy to strip out with the steel screws. You go ahead and you snug that down. Alright. Now, everything's level. We got the string level. That means the bow's level. We got your rest set and level. So actually the rest is mounted on the bow at a 90-degree angle from the string. This is key to get this right now, because if you don't, you're going to have clearance issues, I promise. Take the little tiny Allen set screw, and you want to screw it in one of the holes that's on the side of the rest that'll actually push into the riser. This will keep the rest from having any movement, any pivoting like this. Next step is I like to go ahead and get this out of my way. We don't need to worry about the rest anymore, the levelness anymore. Now you'll notice in the package it comes with 2 pieces of string. Alright. It doesn't really matter which one of these strings you use. Either one's fine. The blue, some people like to use the blue, like to be a little blangy. We got the camo. I want the camo because I don't want the deer seeing this string moving. Anyhow, there's also another little screw that comes into the comes in the package. This goes into your rest. There's 2 holes on the rest right here. Top hole right here. This top hole, that's going to be for your cable slides. Your bow will have a cable slide. That's where you're going to mount the screw in and tie the string onto. Well, I don't have a cable slide. I have a roller guard, so I want to mount that into this hole, because what's going to happen is it's going to be pulling downward. So you got a downward pull here. This top one, you're going to have more of a parallel pull. It's going to be pulling it back and forth like this. This one is going to be pulling you down with your bus cable movement. So that's my hole right there. That's the one I want. Alright, before you put the string, put your cord into the little clamp there, the screw, and clamp it down. What I like to do is I like to take this cord and I like to go ahead and fray it up on the end, like so. And just like with the D-loop, I'm going to go ahead and burn it so I get a little knot on the end. And this is something that's not in the directions. This is something that I do when I install the Expert 2 rest. And the reason is I feel just a little safer that it's got a good hold, you know, something behind the screw to kind of wedge against, so it's not going to just pull out. People freak out. Some people will think that it'll come out, but if you do this, it definitely won't. To install the cord that you just burnt on the end, I go backwards. Take the end that you didn't burn, run it up through the screw, run it around like so. There you go. You got the containment there. Go ahead and take the little supplied Allen screw, the Allen wrench, and tighten your screw down. And boy, that's tight right there. That thing is not going to slip out. You have to jerk that thing with a car to get it loose. Okay, now we've got the rest on there. We've got the cord attached to the rest. What we're going to do is we're going to attach it to the downward moving bus cable. If you don't know which one on your bow is moving downward, just take it out of the clamp right now. Just draw it back a little bit and watch them. See which one moves. On this particular boat, it's the split bus cable, so it's really easy to do. We're going to attach it. The instructions say 4 to 5 inches below the shelf. Well, I don't know, that's way down here. What we're going to do is we're going to install it about 4 inches below this roller guard. So I take my tape measure down about 4 inches, and that's about right there. What we're going to do is we're going to actually tie it instead of serving it. It says on there they recommend you serve it. Well, I want to tie something better than serving. I'm going to tie my super knots. And for those of you guys out there who haven't watched my peep sight installation, super knot is a series of stacked half hitches on opposite sides of the string, which stack up, make a pretty cool looking little noose type knot, tied off at the end with a square knot, and then burned. And I use B50 wax string to do this because it grabs hold of the string better. Alright, I'm going to go 4 inches below the roller guard, somewhere around in there. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to tie this super knot on there. We're not going to tie a finished super knot. We're just going to tie a partial super knot for now. We want it to be tight and hold the cord there, but we want it to also have just a little bit of slide to it. So that way we can slide, it'll slide through there once we get this thing get the timing set and fine-tuned. Okay, now that I got the cord tied on there temporary, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the bow back all the way back to full draw till it hits the dead stop, and it's going to allow this rest to come all the way up as far as it'll go, and then it's going to slide on your cable. And that's why we don't tie it tight, because you don't want it to be able to slide right now. We're just setting it up until the timing is going to be proper. You seen how it slid in the rest, how the rest slid on the cable? Now your rest is set perfectly. What you want to do is you want to move that knot and that cable down 1/8 of an inch. And this is a general rule of thumb with this rest, and trust me on this, if you do exactly like I'm talking, your timing is going to be perfect. We're going to pull that thing down 1/8 of an inch, just like so. Okay, I moved it 1/8. Then you go ahead and you finish this knot by tying it on in. I don't particularly use serving as much as a lot of people do. I like the super knot. I think it's just a lot more it's a lot easier for people to tie, and it's just as strong as a serving. And in these tight situations where you get into these cables like this and you don't have a bow press, you're not going to have any issues tying this knot. I told you a minute ago, once you get the draw set and you let back down, go ahead and move it down 1/8 of an inch. The reason you want that to happen is you want this rest to get all the way up to full stop about 3 inches before you come to full draw. That's going to hit you right about at the very beginning of the valley. That's where your let-off kicks in on your bow. Okay? And that's going to give you the proper timing so you have enough time that the arrow travels on the rest to get that thing lined out on flight. If you do exactly like I said on this rest, you will have zero trouble with accuracy, you have zero trouble with clearances, and zero trouble with timing issues. Okay, now that we got all the adjustments made, I'm going to show you one adjustment here, and it's how to adjust for windage on the G5 Expert 2. It's real simple. Right here there's a screw on the side where the roller is at. You just break that screw, that little bolt loose. Okay? And then you get your measurement with your center shot gauge from the knock. You put it out in the front, and you just turn the roller in or out. You turn it in towards the riser, tightening it up, or you turn it out away from the riser to get it to the left. It's so simple to set up. This rest is kind of complicated looking, but it's not nearly as complicated to set up as it looks. Get it set where you need it, tighten it back down, got your center shot measurement going on. Well, that's how you install the G5 Expert 2 drop away. If you guys have any questions about this rest, be sure to drop me a line at askkenny@bowtuningtips.com. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for taking the time and watching this video. Hope I helped you out. Stay tuned.